Alright, we're in position. It's been a while since I've been on here. Let's see here. Come on. A little bit more. Yep, that's the ticket. That's what you want to hear. Good stuff. Alright, what do we got here? And okay, lift that up. And then lift that up. Alright. Let's see here. Open up the back here. Alright, nope, not yet. Alright. All is working honky-dory. Alright, so we got a little bit of volunteer crop over here of the soybeans, so just have to try to avoid those as much as we can so we don't clog up the header. That stuff. Alright, all's going good. Still good. Still good. Alright, everything's nice and dry, so we don't really have to run the header too low. Alright, and back that up a little bit. What's going on here? And go. And turning. Come on down. So you might ask yourself, what the heck is going on? Well, I gotta tell you the truth. I'm a little bit bored with this map. I feel like it's been a good run. We've learned a lot. I was really enjoying I'm really enjoying the placeable aspect of this. I'm able to create my own farms in a really wonderful way, and I gotta tell you, that has got to be one of the best new features of Farm Sim, is that ability to just make your own farms. So I've been goofing off on a few servers. Again, only with the German map though. Everybody seems to be choosing the German map to do their servers with. The people I'm hanging out with anyway. So it is what it is. So having my own farm on the German map seems rather pointless. When I started this series, it was largely about learning the new game and making sure that we have things under control in that aspect, just so I know what the game mechanics are for things like weeds and oh jeez, okay, just got to be careful coming around here. I got a little bit of crop there, and it jammed me. Alright, let's see here. Just gonna need to unjam that. Hang on a second. Alright, just gotta pull some of that stuff out of here. Yeah, I see it immediately popped up the header on it too. Alright, let's see here. And start her up again, and let's go again. And okay, that was it for the oh, what's going on now? Are we still jammed? We're still jammed. Nope, I got a little bit more canola on there. I guess it was canola I had in the other field, eh? Alright, let's see what we got now. And nope, it's back again. Back up. And start her up. There we go. Wheat and canola. And back up. And start her up. Let's see what we got here. What do we got? There we go. Okay, wheat. Yeah, it really doesn't like the volunteer crops in your fields at all. It does tend to give you a bit of an attitude about that sort of behavior. And because I'm not the most disciplined when it comes to actually seeding things, it does make me pay for it. Not against it. Seems perfectly reasonable. got a little bit of weeds up on this side of the field, which I'll have to cope with at some point. The weeds came in when the field was pretty much ready to harvest, so there's nothing I could do for it at that stage. But just be patient and try. So that's one of the problems with having the two fields so close together also, is that volunteer crop problem. So let's see here, and back we go, and up this side. What's going on? A little bit more volunteer soybean over here. This gotta be a or canola, sorry, canola. I keep saying soybean, but it was actually canola that we had over there. Shows you how long I've been away from this map. Okay, let's see if I can sneak over towards the canola field, nice and gentle. Hopefully no cross-pollination on this edge. It's a little bit tricky, but you just got to make sure you keep an eye out. Don't just, you know, start her up going on headlands and hit the H button and walk away. Gonna need a little bit more supervision than that to get through it. But you can do it. So a few things have happened to this map that I'm not too 100% sure about. One of them is my trees seem to have disappeared. All the trees that I planted between these two fields here have gone. Not because I've harvested them, but I don't know if it's something that happened in the update between games or what it was. But anyway, just go and ignore it, pretend that it's not happening. All the way to the end. There's a little tuft of canola over there that's going to cause me problems. Just going to have to trample it, I guess. All the way to the edge. All the way. A little bit more, and back again. Alright, let's open up the pipe on her here. Where is she? There it is. Okay, good. Let's see if we can get rid of this load. I don't know how much I've got on board, because I still haven't figured out what I did wrong with my texture to get rid of my window. Oops, what are you doing? Just gonna dump that into the cab of the truck, are you? I missed the manual unload mod. Desperately. Let's see here. Into here. Nice and slow. And a little bit more over. Come on. Come on. Into the trailer. Alright, let's back it up a little bit. Up. Still not close enough. Alright, turn hard and over. Alright, good. Beautiful. Okay. Unload dispatch. So what was I yammering about? Oh yeah. So I think we're gonna move on. I think we've experimented lots with this. I'm not quite done with my personal map yet to go straight to that. I've got a lot of progress made on it, but not enough to actually turn it into a playable map. So we'll carry on with that in the side. Hopefully at some point in the next couple of months that'll end up on a server somewhere where we can get a bunch of you guys in to play with me. Making it with, let's say, multiple farm areas. And lots of logging and lots of fun stuff. But it's very much my kind of map, with very difficult hills and valleys and... Alright, nice and slow. Come on. There you go. Don't pick up any canola. Alright, we'll leave that canola right there. Good. Perfect. Alright, let's hit the cruise control. Yeah, one of the things I did is I did slow down this header a fair amount. So it's not going to get ahead of me. So while we're waiting for my map to get done, I've been surfing the interwebs and found a couple of little maps that I think will be interesting. There's a couple of pretty things out there. They're not perfect, you know? I mean, it's still early in the game and the map makers are still learning their craft, and most of the stuff I'm picking up off the Russian sites and stuff like that has got a fair amount of flaws and faults to it. But, you know, if you've been around this channel for a little while, you realize I couldn't really give a damn about that stuff. I fix what I can, I open it up in GE, and we just carry on. There's no point in crying over that stuff. This is a whole new game. Of course the maps have errors in them. Of course not everything is working. But there's a couple of creative ways, creative ideas that I've run into in terms of how to make things work. One of the maps that I've been looking at is Belgique Profonde. If you haven't seen the map yet, it was first submitted to the mod contest in, I think it was Farm Sim 13. I first saw it in Farm Sim 15, but I never played it, didn't have the time for it. Farm Sim 17, I was a lot more focused on the British maps and spent a heck of a lot of time on them. So, didn't get to play it in Farm Sim 17, but apparently now it's back. Oops, did I just destroy a bunch of crop? No, I'm good. And now it's back. It's back in Farm Sim 19. And I can't pass it up. I'm gonna have to go and play that map. Very, very popular map in the French community. It is to the French community what something like Sandy Bay or Cobra Park would be to the English community. And it's just one of those maps that I've seen played on so many of the French channels that I watch that my curiosity is just going to get the best of me, and I'm going to go and play on that one. So I'm thinking about turning that into my dairy map. So I'm going to go on there and I'm going to try to get a couple of hundred cows going, and we will play dairy operation on that one. Let's see. Any canola? Canola! And back we go, and no canola. There we go, we're good. So yeah, so that's one of the maps that I want to play. The other one that I want to play is Rolling Hills by DR Modding. Gotta be honest with you, I haven't been on a North American map since Goldcrest, and claiming Goldcrest to be an American map is kind of like going to Vegas and going to Venice and thinking you've been to Italy. It's not really an American map. You know, gives you some idea of what the grocery stores look like, but that's about it. Gives you a pretty good idea of what strip malls work like in America. Other than that, there's not a whole lot of American to Goldcrest. And I found kind of that the new American map sort of speaks to me in the same sense. I'm not... it's not bad for a testing map, don't get me wrong, but and some of the objects on it are really awesome. But as far as a playable American map, not so much. Not gonna really fall in love with that one. Any more than this one represents Germany. I mean, I've played my fair share of German maps with Steppenbach and Holzer and HOT and stuff like that. Well, HOT is kind of Goldcrest light, so that's not really fit my argument. And ready canola and canola. Whoa, Jesus, right into the barn. Jesus. All right, sorry about that. As soon as it lifted, I just forgot to set my cruise control to low here. Not really used to that yet. I sort of feel like I've been a little spoiled by the gearbox and things like that, where the combine doesn't run away from you quite as quickly. Let's see here. If I hit my cruise control now, can I slow it down a bit more than that? Come on. Yeah, that's better right there. Okay. All right, let's pipe it out. There it is. alongside the truck without denting it. Not that I would notice if I did. So yeah, Rolling Hills by DR Modding is out. And something about that map sort of spoke to me. I thought maybe with the sort of American style fields, and it's got ditches, and kind of feels a little bit like Tazwell, but Tazwell light. So it's not as monstrous and huge as Tazwell for sure, but it has a lot of the same sort of water catchment dishes, or even like, you know, if you remember back to No Creek Farm, that sort of thing, where it's got the all of the water runoff areas in the fields that you got to be careful of and stuff like that. So I kind of like that map. It's very simple. There's no town to it, which is, you know, always an issue for me. But as a sort of good, basic American farm kind of map, I'm tempted by it. So that's map number 2. Map number 3, I cannot remember the name of to save my life. I want to say it's a German map, but hang on, give me 1 second. If I tab over to my modding, it's called Glantal Falls. Southern Falls? It's a pretty little map. It's very interesting. Nice layout. It's got really cute little 2 cute villages at either end of the map. And I kind of like the feel of it. It's a nice, small, windy road, German-style map. So I'm going to throw that one up also as a possibility to give a shot to. Hang on a second. There we go. Give it a little bit more fuel. So what I'm hoping to do over the next couple of weeks is to basically make a couple of little mini-series. I'm going to spend 2 or 3 days on each of the maps, record a little story, and post it up. And it'll kind of be like a little road trip. None of these maps sort of give me that West Coast kind of, I want to move in here and play it for 3 months kind of feeling. So that's sort of out of the question. That being said, I don't mean to say that they're bad maps. It's just that, you know, on that sort of aesthetic level where I don't know what's going on in terms of what attracts me to a map, they're not quite there yet. So yeah, so while we're waiting for stuff to come out that is really been worked through and bug free, or at least bug light, if you know what I mean, in terms of gameplay for 19, then I'm going to go wandering around random maps and see what we can do to keep ourselves amused. So this will be the last time you guys will see this particular farm. I still have my dairy operation over on the James server with James and Roy and Sean and Chris and all those guys. Bunch of the viewers who I'm very pleased and very proud to have been invited to play with. And it's been an absolute joy. And I'm really enjoying my mowing operation over there and being able to play with those guys and, you know, do some missions for James. And I'm sort of taking care of all of his fertilizer needs as a constant contract on his fields. So he had a big canola operation going on or I think it was actually soybean operation this time around. And I took care of those for him, and now he's getting into pigs. So he's got himself all sorted out with pigs. He actually has this farm on his map and has it all set up for pigs now. So we have sort of a deal going where I'm helping out with a few things. I'm supplying him with hay. He's supplying me with straw, paying me to do a lot of the fertilizing, which lets me get rid of a lot of my slurry and stuff like that. So that map, it probably requires about an hour and a half, 2 hours of work a day for me, which is nice. It's a nice pace to go at. So that being said, that's going to stick around. Let's see. On her out. Go. So yeah, so I will still be on the German map, and I will still be on the default stuff, but I'm gonna go off and play a little bit more single player on some stranger maps to be able to explore the new mods as they come out, and all of the wonderful stuff that we're going to be seeing in the next couple of months. All right, guys, you guys have a beautiful week. Don't forget the Sunday night chill stream. I'll be on the map on one of the maps on Sunday. Maybe doing a little bit of map setup on Sunday. And I will see you guys there. I'll give you some sense of sort of where I'm heading to with those maps. Don't be surprised if on the American maps you see a lot of green. Not so subtle hint. I need to get to know something about the green brand, because my experience with it has been rather limited, so I want to go exploring. Anyway, if you guys see any kind of really amazing American mods too, please let me know, and I will try to incorporate them in the game. Anyway, all that to say, wheat fields are almost done, so that'll be it for this little single player thing, and we will see you guys in America. Have a good one.